From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning after a beautiful start to the work week yesterday. We'll have clouds picking up for today. And for tonight, rain chances picking up. That'll continue into tomorrow. And then for the back half of the week, we're looking at up to around a foot of snow for mountain passes. So going with the first alert weather day there. And then on Thursday, the wind gusts are, well, they're going to be a little bit gusty, getting up to around 45 miles per hour, especially for the Kittitas Valley. So yes, just to reiterate, a first alert weather day for our mountain passes, both the Cascades and the Blues, from 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 p.m. on Friday because of the snow. Let's take it back to this morning. Current fog out there. Doesn't really look like we have that much in the way of widespread fog. We'll, of course, continue to keep very close tabs on that. Temperatures out there, we are seeing some temperatures around freezing. 33 for the Tri-Cities, actually a little bit below freezing for Yakima and Ellensburg at 30 and 31 respectively. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Partly cloudy to most cloudy skies throughout the day, but in spite of that, getting pretty close to 65 degrees, which is about, I'd say 7-8 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So we have a lot more to say about the snowfall for the mountains and the rain chances for lower elevations. All that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a teen fighting for his life after being shot Sunday in Kennewick. Officials are now working to identify the shooter amid a surge in apartment complex crime. This morning, we're going to explore police efforts to keep people safe and find the person responsible. We have the details coming up. And backlash against a level 3 sex offender home continues as another case of vandalism has police and residents on alert. Coming up, the latest damage and police efforts to track down the suspects, as well as how the neighborhood is responding to the ongoing investigation. And what started as a speeding stop turned into a race against time. Washington State Trooper helping a woman in active labor reach the hospital. The heroic effort that made all the difference. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest on this Tuesday. I'm Jade Elliott, and we start this morning with a crime alert out of Kennewick, where police are investigating a shooting that left a 17-year-old boy seriously hurt. It all happened at the Heatherstone Apartments. Take a look. Sunday afternoon is when officers first responded to multiple 911 calls about gunshots around 1:15. When they got there, they found the teen with several gunshot wounds. Now, that teen was rushed to a local hospital, now recovering. But detectives believe that this was a targeted shooting between two gangs. They say they believe the people involved knew each other, and they're now working with the complex because, as of late, they say there's been quite a surge in crime.
We are also working with the apartment complex on some of their security measures and trying to help them increase some of those things. We're in communication with them on that. Our detectives were called out, and they are working on identifying suspects.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Kennewick Police. And a man's waking up in the Benton County Jail this morning after being accused of kidnapping and raping a 16-year-old girl from Oregon. According to the Benton County Sheriff's Office, deputies were notified on February 28th by an Oregon law enforcement agency that the teen had been kidnapped and was believed to be at a home in rural Benton County. Deputies responded to that home and found the girl. Detectives identified a 25-year-old man as the suspect. They've arrested him on charges of unlawful imprisonment and third-degree rape, and the investigation is ongoing. And a Milton Freewater man is behind bars this morning after several vehicles in College Place were broken into last month. Police say about 8 cars were targeted overnight on February 19th. It was at an apartment complex near Southwest Silver Star Lane. Surveillance video showing apparently this suspect in a dark blue Acura trying door handles, stealing items. Officers later stopped the car in Milton Freewater after a short chase. 32-year-old Thomas Payant is now in the Umatilla County Jail, and officials say they do expect there to be more charges. 5:04 in continuing coverage now on the proposed home for level 3 sexually violent offenders in Kennewick. Police now investigating another case of vandalism on the property as it continues to spark strong community backlash. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed spoke with police and neighbors about this latest case.
So I am told this morning that a neighbor realized that a rock had been thrown through the windows.
That's Jeannie Gilmore on Facebook, filming the moment that KPD showed up to 5304 8th Avenue in Kennewick on Monday.
My thoughts, I have a lot of thoughts. My very first thought is a concern over the fact that a neighbor spotted it.
When cops arrived, they found at least 2 windows had been smashed. Police are now investigating the damage as vandalism.
Our officers went out there and processed the scene, looking for evidence. They're trying to track down, see if there's any video surveillance in the area.
The house has been at the center of backlash since January when neighbors learned it could become a facility housing level 3 and higher sex offenders, the category considered most likely to reoffend. Many residents like Gilmore say they are worried about how close the home is to schools and neighborhoods with children.
We really, really need the community to help us with our Venmo account and our GoFundMe. And if you go to our SOCT, Save Our Children Tri-Cities Facebook page, tons of information there, along with a way to contribute to Venmo or GoFundMe. We need $50,000, but $50,000 is totally worth not having this in our neighborhood. But we really need everybody to pitch in a little bit.
Police have not said whether the vandalism is connected to the ongoing controversy, and no suspects have been identified. Gilmore opposes the vandalism and hopes it's not an inside job to make the neighborhood look bad.
Those are old aluminum windows, frame windows that need to be replaced. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's looking at insurance fraud. You know, it could be an inside job. It could be for attention. It could try to be making our neighborhood look bad, and that is not something we condone at all. We are very organized. We are all on the same page. We are working with City Council and the school board and our legislators.
Just about 2 weeks ago, the same house was egged, and no suspects have been identified in that case as well.
What I know is that we've been in the neighborhood a lot. We've been communicating with the neighbors about this topic. We've been providing extra patrols in the area. We know that, you know, there's some neighbors that aren't real happy, and so we're trying to be in the area as much as we can.
We did reach out to the property manager, Joe Field, for comment, but have not heard back from him. 507, making a difference near Kennewick. What started as a routine traffic stop turned into a race against time for a Washington State trooper who just happened to pick up an extra shift on that day. We're talking about Trooper David Brandt. He pulled over a vehicle for speeding, and when he quickly realized that a woman inside was in active labor, Brandt says there was a lot of panic in the car. The passenger was the one who was in labor, and he knew that he had to act fast. The family told Brandt that they were trying to make it to Hermiston to Good Shepherd. Brandt said there's no way and provided an escort to Trios, where he radioed ahead about the situation. Hospital staff were already waiting for the expectant mom just in the nick of time.
I think it's just doing my job. I've been in law enforcement for 24 years, and I just want to keep everybody safe out here as the best we can. And I do feel like I did a good deed by getting them to the closest hospital so they can enjoy their new family.
And there was also a 2-year-old in the car. Trooper Brandt says while the other 2 were in the hospital, he stayed with the child and gave him a teddy bear. Trooper Brandt says that he has not heard how the mother and baby are doing. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Highway 395 has been claiming lives for years. Now lawmakers are debating a bill to double fines and fund safety upgrades. But is enforcement enough to make this stretch safer? Coming up, we head to Olympia, where Senate Bill 6066 could turn a dangerous Tri-Cities corridor into a crash prevention zone, from roundabouts to lower speed limits. We've got the latest on what finally might slow the danger. That's coming up after the break. I'm giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Apple Valley studios right here in Kennewick. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth with your First Alert forecast.
Do you know what's happening in Kennewick? A facility housing the worst of the worst, level 3 sexually violent predators, is proposed in our neighborhood. With kids and families nearby, we must act now. Neighbors are uniting to fight a statewide issue and protect our community. This requires legal counsel and outreach. Please donate to support our efforts. These people are profiting off these placements. Let's stop them from putting our community at risk.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication
Now
shop.
through March 31st, receive rebates up to $495 with the purchase of qualifying Daikin ductless equipment. At Bruce Heating and Air, we'll find the unit that works right in your space. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. And the offer makes you feel even smaller. Call me, attorney Mariano Morales. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Does that insurance company make you feel small? Tell them you got the heavy hitter and watch how big you feel. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
How's it look so far?
Great.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Times and places all in who you share them with. Joy is
I got in.
who you share it with.
This is a great view, so you're home.
Who you share it with.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
What are we looking at?
Given the skid marks,
Carjacking gone wrong?
that's part of it. He's also got a bullet in him.
Huh.
Ski Blue Wet on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our run of considerable avalanche danger continues for today. Now, it's actually mostly just moderate avalanche danger for today, so that would be level 2 out of 5. But for tomorrow, with the winds picking up, with the moisture picking up, that means that we're going to have much more considerable avalanche danger across the map. And so the main takeaways here means that if you venture out into the backcountry, you have to evaluate the snowpack very carefully, find your routes very cautiously, make very conservative decision making out there, as natural avalanches are possible and human triggered avalanches are likely. Okay, let's take it back down to lower elevations. Hey, when's the last time we've seen a shade of yellow like this on this graphic? Mid 60s for today, 63 for the Tri-Cities, 64 for the Hanford side, a little bit cooler for the valleys with 50s and 60s and 30s, 40s and 50s for the mountains. Then for tonight, dropping down into the 30s and 40s across the map, with the coldest temperatures, of course, being up in the mountains. And over the next 7 days, we'll continue to keep it mild, if not, I wouldn't say on the warmer side, but warmer than normal for this time of the year. The warmest day for the Yakima Valley looks to be on Sunday, as we could be about 7 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Those overnight lows going to be way warmer than average, as for several of these nights over the next 7 nights in the Yakima Valley, we'll have a hard time dropping below 40, which is, I wouldn't say unheard of, but you can see we're going to be warmer than normal by about 10-ish degrees. Okay, we'll have a lot more to say about the much more active weather for the rest of the week, including all the snow for the mountain passes and the wind gusts on top of that. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 513 now looking to state legislature, where a bill aimed at making one of the Tri-Cities' deadliest highways safer. That bill now moving forward in Olympia. Lawmakers held hearings last week and again on Monday on Senate Bill 6066. Now this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen breaks down what happened and what people here at home want to see happen next.
The effort to crack down on crashes along Highway 395 is gaining momentum at the state capitol. During a February 26th meeting, Representative Mark Clicker, who wrote a companion bill to 6066, told lawmakers the stretch has claimed multiple lives and that action is overdue.
I feel the importance of saving lives and keeping people safe. And the results of this so far is, first of all, we have to look at a short-term Band-Aid for a long-term fix.
Senate Bill 6066 would allow Franklin County, the city of Pasco, or WashDOT to designate that corridor as a crash prevention zone, doubling fines for traffic violations. The extra money would go in toward engineering studies, safety improvements, and increased law enforcement. While lawmakers continue to debate enforcement in Olympia, many people here in the Tri-Cities say it's not just about the higher fines. We asked viewers on Facebook what should be done. So far, most respondents support physical changes like a bridge, a roundabout, or even slowing the speed limit down. Many also say enforcement should begin right away while larger projects are planned. The bipartisan bill comes with a few amendments, adding Highway 12 between A Street and Tank Farm Road to the bill. If passed and signed into law, the crash prevention zone could be implemented as soon as this summer, serving as a test case for the rest of the state through 2029. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Apple Valley News Now spoke with the bill's sponsor, Washington Senator Nikki Torres, about the bill being heard again, and you'll hear more on this in an upcoming report. In the meantime, stay with Apple Valley News Now for the very latest updates. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, checking back in with Josh, breaking down what your forecast is going to look like as you head out the door this morning and make your way into the week, and give you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. We're back after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Senators. Coverage begins at 7, Saturday on My Network TV.
Most people who have lived through an opioid overdose have something in common. They didn't do it alone. Someone was there when they OD'd. Someone had naloxone. Someone called for help. So, if you use opioids like fentanyl, know who your someone is. Use with them when you can. Have naloxone with you. And make sure your someone is ready to help you if you need it. Just like you would for them.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Is my used car cursed?
Why is this load taking 2 hours?
Third rinsing cycle commencing.
How do they know this car seat is safe?
I don't know. They've got people who do that.
But who's they?
You shouldn't have to question everything. For 90 years, Consumer Reports has been testing, reviewing, and advocating for you for answers you don't have to question. Consumer Reports. We never stop questioning.
Hey, AMS fans, don't miss the G2 Construction Wiener Dog Race Friday, March 6th at the Toyota Center. Watch the pups race across the ice during the first intermission. Puck drops at 7:05 p.m. Get tickets at amshockey.com or at the Toyota Center box office.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have a chance of rainfall for tonight into tomorrow. Those chances are going to be lower for the valleys and basin as opposed to what we'll see in the foothills. But you see a 40% chance of rain during the day for tomorrow for the Tri-Cities, then a bunch of dry weather after that. Maybe by next Monday we could reintroduce some little rain chances. And of course you can see day-by-day precip chances just like that for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, here's the big weather maker. You can't miss it. It's off in the Gulf of Alaska right now. And as it gets closer and closer to us, rain chances will pick up. So we'll put that into motion with Futurecast. And for today, you see it's looking mostly dry for lower elevations. Up in the Cascades, we'll have a decent chance of seeing both rain and snow. But the best chances for snow for the mountains going to be after 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay, it looks as if by 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning, the bulk of the moisture is now slid over into the blues, and then we'll see just sort of consistent rounds of snowfall for our mountain ranges after that. You really can't split hairs between the Cascades or the blues, as the highest passes are both going to get around a foot of snow. So for the Cascades, 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to 4 p.m. on Friday, around a foot of snow for Stevens Pass, 5 to 7 inches of snow for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. And then over in the blues, the highest pass being Tollgate on Oregon 204, pretty close to a foot of snow as well. This is much needed snowfall, but pass closures and chain requirements are going to be in play. Okay. So again, that's why we have the first alert weather day in place. Also, it will be a little bit gusty. We're going to have this constant onslaught of moisture and boundaries. That means that the wind gusts could be anywhere between 25 to 45 miles per hour. The gustiest day is going to be on Thursday. The gustiest microclimate going to be the Kittitas Valley. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A chance of rain tonight into tomorrow. Otherwise, a dry, mild, and breezy forecast. In Yakima, a few leftover showers possible for Tuesday, but the forecast goes dry again Thursday and beyond. In Ellensburg, a windy stretch of weather ahead, especially for Thursday, but we're keeping a close eye on next Monday as well. For Hermiston, wet and windy for Tuesday, drier but lingering breezes for the rest of the week. And finally, for Walla Walla, rain is pretty much a guarantee for tomorrow, and rainfall totals could get up to half an inch.
All right, well, we are seeing some spring weather around here, whether it's sunshine or rain. That all screams spring, doesn't it?
Yes, but if you're still not convinced, a field in San Diego has proof. So this is the Carlsbad Ranch, and it claims to have one of the largest flower fields, and it's been run by the same family for more than 60 years.
So pretty. The owners carefully cultivate 55 acres every year. It takes about 6 months for the flowers to grow. But the field's operation manager says about 14 to 20 acres are already in bloom and ready for visitors. I love it.
Yeah. I was just seeing
some ads or information pop up on some of my feeds about our tulip festival, our tulip farm out at Middleton's. That just makes me so excited for spring. It's so pretty.
I think spring is a very underrated season. I know people typically, like the consensus pick is fall. I know a lot of people like summer as well, but spring, it gets warmer, everything's in bloom, it's so colorful.
Yeah.
Good vibe. I love Easter. So
good vibes. Yeah. All right, well, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Ready for a movie marathon? Josh has a few on his list.
Yeah, more than a few.
We're going to break down this month's biggest films from Oscar noms, animated adventures, and the thrillers that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Previews straight ahead in your entertainment news after the break.
Injured in a car crash, the insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. It's time appliances had a personality. Yours. Express your personal style with GE Cafe. Modern colors with sleek custom hardware to accent any stylish kitchen. With the purchase of select suite combinations, get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate. Customize your kitchen style and take advantage of special savings today at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
I'm RJ Decker. I work as a private investigator, uncovering the Sunshine State's darkest secrets.
Decker Investigations.
I may have a job for you.
Trust me, this place can get a little shady.
None of it ever phases you, huh?
BOGO time is back at Vance. Right now through March, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star Team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right. And our licensed professionals will handle it all. Call us today because this offer won't last. Upgrade your system and get peace of mind and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
Wendy Redmond, only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
And we're always on your side.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines this morning, it's a new month and theaters are bringing a fresh batch of movies your way.
Yeah, from heart-pounding horror and action to family-friendly animation and even adventures in outer space. This morning, David Daniel has a look at the biggest films coming out this month. Take a look.
What happened?
You had an accident.
An accident, huh?
We dug you up. Then we brought you back to life.
The first weekend in March brings Oscar nominee Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale in director Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, and a young scientist who joins the animal kingdom in the animated adventure Hoppers.
Hey, how's you know I live there?
I'm not here to see you. I need to see my daughter.
You're her. Go.
The romantic drama Reminders of Him, based on the novel by It Ends With Us and Regretting You author Colleen Hoover, lands on March 13th, as does Undertone, about a paranormal podcast host who receives some eerie recordings.
It is time go.
I think you mean go time, pal.
March 20th is Time Go for Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling as a scientist recruited to save the world, and The Pout Pout Fish, an undersea animated tale featuring the voices of Nick Offerman and Jordan Sparks.
By surviving hide and seek, you've triggered a new game. This time against the High Council families. Double or nothing. This part will be familiar. They will try to kill you.
And March ends with a double dose of women fending off violent death, the sequel Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, and a comedy horror flick about a satanic cult titled, appropriately, They Will Kill You. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, something for everyone.
That was a lot.
That was a lot, right?
The Ryan Gosling one, that one looked kind of like Interstellar-esque. I'm interested in that one.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of hype about was it The Bride of Frankenstein or whatever that first one is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that got?
I don't know. It looks scary.
Oh, okay. So you're probably not going to see it then.
I don't know. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know if it's for me.
That's just not what you
I don't know if it's for me.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. After years in a small modular building, Umatilla is breaking ground on a new police station. The $19.8 million facility will include modern technology and safety features, and coming up, we're going to break down what this new station means, not only for officers, but also the community. And Sela is expanding its water infrastructure to meet growing demand. New storage capacity will improve pressure and reliability for residents. This morning, we're going to see how the project aims to support future growth across the city. We have those details and more straight ahead. But first, here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple just unveiled its latest addition to the iPhone 17e. The 17e has just one camera, but supports Apple's AI tools, has 256 gigs of storage, and comes with MagSafe charging. It's priced at $599. The head of OpenAI is vowing to amend his company's deal with the Pentagon. Sam Altman says he'll add language to explicitly prohibit the use of OpenAI systems to conduct mass surveillance of Americans. OpenAI made the deal after the Trump administration publicly clashed with OpenAI's rival, Anthropic. And the Supreme Court is upholding a ruling that said AI images cannot be copyrighted. A man tried to copyright an image generated by an algorithm he created, but the courts have ruled against him because that image was not created by a human. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Battelle. Have a great day.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I did not check who was behind me at the game. Dude, she just pointed at me. That's crazy. Checking Allstate first was the right move. I love you! I love you! Not checking who was sitting behind me was humbling.
That's her mom. That's Mrs. Betts.
Yeah, check Allstate first. You could save hundreds. Go Bruins. Go Bruins.
I never thought I would develop shingles. I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate.
Don't learn the hard way like I did. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Get the same trusted Lysol disinfection that has a scent that'll make you move. Effortlessly kill 99.9% of germs with Lysol Brand New Day Lavender. It'll leave a scent you'll love.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colby.
All right. I just want the sunshine to just continue. I don't want it to go away, and I know you're going to tell me otherwise.
I am.
But I'm just telling you what I want.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, hey, look. If you put the sunshine aside for today, I'm going with forecast high of 63 in the Tri-Cities. 63!
I love that so much.
Come on, isn't that so comfortable?
Yeah,
and
it is.
The sunshine does bring a big lift to us all. We're not going to have that much of it for today, getting some much needed rainfall for tonight into tomorrow, and some mountain snow as well, which we definitely need. So let's go ahead, get into those big weather stories. So the rain chance is picking up for tonight into tomorrow, especially for the foothills. The snowfall is going to be up around a foot for highest mountain passes from Wednesday morning through Friday afternoon. That's why we're going with the first alert weather day, and then a little bit gusty. It's going to be really just a gusty stretch of weather all the route, but the windiest day is going to be on Thursday, so we could get some of those gusts up around 45 miles per hour. Just to reiterate, first alert weather day, 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 p.m. on Friday, so we could get up to around a foot of snow for mountain passes for both the Cascades and the Blues. Taking it back to this morning. Fog not looking like it's a widespread issue out there, except for up in the Cascades. Temperatures, we're mostly seeing 30s out there, 33 for the Tri-Cities, 30 for Yakima, 31 for Ellensburg. Your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Yakima Valley, mostly cloudy skies all throughout the day, and high temperatures getting into the mid-50s for the Yakima Valley, but I'm going with mid-60s for the lower Columbia Basin. That places us at about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Okay, we have a lot more to say about the snow chances for the mountains and the rain chances for lower elevations. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
We begin this half hour of news looking ahead as the city of Umatilla is set to break ground today on a brand new police station, marking a major milestone after voters approved a bond measure last fall to fund the project. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with the police chief about what people there can expect.
The city of Umatilla is moving forward with a new police station after years of operating out of a small modular building on 6th Street. The new L-shaped facility, just under 15,000 square feet, is designed to better meet the needs of the department's 16 officers and modern policing demands. City leaders say the current building was originally intended to serve as City Hall and no longer supports the technology, safety features, or workspace needed for day-to-day law enforcement operations. Police Chief Ronald Bridge says it was simply time for an upgrade.
It does not have the modern day policing technology that's necessary in today's age. So we as the city decided it was time to do something.
Funding for the project took more than one attempt. City officials say an earlier bond proposal failed, but voters later approved a $19.8 million bond to move the project forward.
Last May 2025 was unsuccessful. We tried it again in November, and that's when it was voted in a positive for the people.
Law enforcement officials tell me that the current police station in Umatilla, which I'm currently standing right next to, they tell me that the station was not originally built for law enforcement purposes. However, they tell me that a new police station would be able to help their officers perform their jobs in more ways than one.
For instance, in our evidence room here currently, there is no air filtration system. That can be very hazardous over time. Our new evidence storage facility will have state-of-the-art ventilation, making it more safe for officers.
Chief Bridge says the new facility will also include secure design elements that help officers safely handle evidence, conduct interviews, and process arrests, upgrades the current building simply cannot support.
We'll have a sally port that we can pull into, close the door behind us when we're exchanging inmates or bringing them in for interviews. So it's just small things like that that we don't have here. We don't have a SOC interview room where we can interview the victim of a crime. We just simply do it in an office or in our training room, and it's not the right facility.
City leaders say the new station is a long-term investment aimed at improving safety, efficiency, and service as Umatilla continues to grow. In Umatilla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And that groundbreaking ceremony is scheduled for this afternoon at 4:45, and that will be at 306th Street. Officials say construction is expected to be completed by next March. And now to the environment, as the city of Selah is moving forward with new water infrastructure projects aimed at improving water pressure and long-term supplies for residents. Now, city officials say the project will add new water storage capacity to an existing reservoir, and it's all a part of an ongoing effort to strengthen Selah's water system. The city already owns the property and currently operates one reservoir at the location, but leaders say that growing demand and the need for reliable pressure across different parts of the city made the expansion necessary. Officials say the additional storage will help stabilize water pressure, support future growth, and improve overall system reliability, especially during high demand periods.
We own the property. We have one reservoir there. We'll just be adding a 1 million gallon capacity.
City leaders say that the reservoir expansion is expected to help ensure consistent water service and support future infrastructure needs across Selah. 6:36 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. High school track teams kicking off spring practices across the state. Mike and High welcoming more than 200 students back to the track. After the break, we're going to talk to coaches and athletes about their goals for the season. We're talking sports after the break.
Ski Bluewood on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
You have bared your soul.
GMA this morning. Christina Applegate revealing a side of herself she never has.
What made you change your mind?
The powerful Robin Roberts interview.
I'm in.
This morning, only on
Good Morning America.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
Clear out clutter and help build homes right here in the Tri-Cities. Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity is hosting our Fill a Truck event at the Richland Habitat Store on March 13th and 14th from 11 to 4 p.m. Donate gently used furniture, appliances, building materials, home goods, and more. Every item sold at the Habitat Store helps fund affordable homes for local families, plus free French fries and local vendors at the event. Let's fill the truck. Your donations build homes.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
SDCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
What are we looking at?
Given the skid marks,
Carjacking gone wrong?
that's part of it. He's also got a bullet in him.
Huh.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're still tracking that considerable avalanche danger for our Cascade slopes. Now for today, it's mostly just moderate, but for tomorrow with the more active weather coming in, the winds, get some fresh powder, considerable avalanche danger for most of our slopes. And you can find more information about this great safety tips listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay. Now let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades where rain is actually looking likely for today, but that's it. For the rest of us, we should keep the forecast dry. In the Kittitas Valley, we'll have low 50s up and down. The valley gusts across the map anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. For the Yakima Valley, the upper valley, probably in the mid to upper 50s, but low 60s for the lower valley. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, low to mid 60s. Some of us may be touching 65 for today. Low 60s, low to mid 60s for the Blue Foothills. And then for the Blue Mountains, we'll be in the 40s and 50s, pretty close to 60 for Ukiah. Not nearly as much sunshine as what we saw for yesterday. Kind of a little indicator of some of the more active weather that's on the way. For tonight, only dropping down, look at this, only dropping down to 45 for the Tri-Cities, 45 for Walla Walla. So it's going to be very mild for this time of the year standards. And these high temperatures will continue to be mild over the next 7 days. We'll keep it at about 2 to 8 degrees warmer than normal for the Tri-Cities. Those overnight lows way above average for this time of the year. Okay, it's just going to be rainfall for lower elevations, but a lot of snow on the way for our mountain passes. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. It's 5:42, talking local sports now this morning as high schools across Washington welcome the spring sports season. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spent the day with one of many teams starting their season, the Kamiakin boys and girls track and field team.
March 2nd marked day one of spring practices for high school sports across the state. Kamiakin High School's boys and girls track and field teams had over 200 athletes show up for day one.
I've been so excited these past weeks leading up to it, just to see everyone here, come back, get to see all my friends again who I don't usually see at school. Just come back to this sport that I've grown to love so much, so it's been really nice.
For the boys team, they come off a record-breaking season that resulted in them winning the state title.
It's definitely different without all the seniors we had last year and all the good friends we made. But I think this year is going to be a rebuilding year after last year, because last year was such a great year with so many big lessons and so many friendships made along the way.
Some of the runners on the team are adjusting back to running track after the cross-country season in the fall.
It's a shorter race, so you got to be a little more exact in how you're planning your races and all your splits. So it takes a lot of practice to figure out where that median is between all of it.
But now a new season means the teams hit the reset button. And the new opportunity means a chance to achieve new goals.
I really want to go to state for long jump especially. Last year we were really close for the relay, and so going with that would be awesome. But just anything I can do to go to state and bring my team up, that would be awesome.
The team gets a couple of weeks of practice before track meets begin in late March. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And track isn't the only sport that got its start this week. Other sports starting include baseball, softball, boys and girls tennis, boys soccer, and golf. And for my family, lacrosse season kicks off as well. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. Giving you a live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky Cam at Richland's Columbia Point, overlooking the mighty Columbia this morning. When we come back, Josh will be breaking down your full First Alert forecast.
Looking for a career that drives you forward? OIC of Washington is training the next generation of essential workers right here in Yakima County. Our CDL training program gives you the skills to safely operate commercial vehicles. Hands-on instruction in inspections, maneuvering, defensive driving, and DOT compliance. Earn your Class A license and open doors to in-demand, high-paying jobs. Want to start working sooner? Our Flagger certification prepares you for roadway safety, teaching state and federal standards, work zone equipment, and the responsibilities that keep crews safe. Boost your resume with forklift training. Learn to safely lift, load, and move materials in today's busy warehouses. And because safety goes beyond the job site, our CPR and first aid courses give you life-saving skills that matter anywhere. Build your future with OIC of Washington. Training today for the jobs of tomorrow.
To see if you qualify for Hanford Worker Compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford Worker Compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
Join us March 6th and 7th at the Numerica Pavilion in Kennewick. Shop over 40 vendors from the Pacific Northwest. Find inspiration for your home and one-of-a-kind merchandise. Vintage at the Ridge, March 6th and 7th. Presented by Windermere Group 1.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
BOGO time is back at Vance. Right now through March, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star Team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. Call us today because this offer won't last. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Austin Reed, only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Rain chances going up tonight into tomorrow for lower elevations. It's going to be snowfall for our mountain ranges, but you see the day-by-day breakdown of rain chances for the Yakima Valley, only a 20% chance for tomorrow. And of course, you can see day-by-day, hour-by-hour rain chances just like that for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, up in the mountains, it's going to be a lot more dramatic, up around a foot of snow for the back half of this week, which is why we're going with the First Alert Weather Day. Here's the big weather maker right here. You can't miss it in the Gulf of Alaska. And as this gets closer to us, then those precip chances will pick up. So let's go ahead and put this into motion with Futurecast radar by 12 p.m. Seeing some rainfall up in the Cascades. 5 p.m. it's kind of the same thing. Now, the closer we get to midnight, that's when the chances are going to go up and up for precip for lower elevations, and it's going to be after 4 a.m. tomorrow. That's when we'll really start to see the snow impacts picking up for both mountain ranges. And throughout the day for tomorrow, it looks as if we'll have these little scattered shower chances for lower elevations, but this constant stream of snowfall for both the Cascades and for the Blues. So here are some of the snowfall totals we're anticipating during that time frame. Around a foot of snow for Stevens Pass, 5 to 7 inches of snow for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. Then we're looking at around a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Definitely the totals are a lot less for Cabbage Hill and for US 395. Okay, and associated with all this active weather, wind gusts picking up. Now, it's going to be a very breezy stretch of weather altogether over the next 7 days, but Thursday looks like it is the one that's jumping off the page, as we could see gusts up around 45 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. That's going to be the gustiest microclimate for sure. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on that aspect of the forecast. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A chance of rain tonight into tomorrow. Otherwise, a dry, mild, and breezy forecast. In Yakima, a few leftover showers possible for Tuesday, but the forecast goes dry again Thursday and beyond. In Ellensburg, a windy stretch of weather ahead, especially for Thursday, but we're keeping a close eye on next Monday as well. In Hermiston, wet and windy for Tuesday, drier but lingering breezes for the rest of the week. And finally, for Walla Walla, rain is pretty much a guarantee for tomorrow, and rainfall totals could get up to around a half an inch.
Now, the morning sprint.
As the clock turns to 5:50, it's time for your morning sprint, starting with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. A 16-year-old girl from Oregon is safe this morning after being kidnapped and found in Benton County. Deputies responded to a rural home on February 28th after Oregon law enforcement alerted them to her whereabouts. Authorities identified a 25-year-old man as a suspect. He was arrested on charges of unlawful imprisonment and third-degree rape. Investigation still ongoing. Officials asking anyone with information to come forward. And on Sunday afternoon, Kennewick police responded to multiple 911 calls about shots fired around 1:15 at the Heatherstone Apartments. Officers got there and found a 17-year-old with several gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital, now recovering. Detectives say this appears to be a targeted shooting involving 2 gang-affiliated people who knew each other. Police are working closely with the apartment complex to address a surge in crime and increase safety measures. Authorities say that identifying the shooter remains a top priority. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact the Kennewick Police. And a Milton Freewater man's behind bars this morning after police say he broke into several cars in College Place. Authorities report about 8 cars were targeted overnight on February 19th near Southwest Silver Star Lane. Surveillance footage showing a suspect in a dark blue Acura attempting to steal items from the cars. Officers stopped that car after a short chase and arrested 32-year-old Thomas Payant. Police say they do expect more charges to be filed. And Kennewick police are investigating another case of vandalism at a controversial property designed for level 3 sexually violent offenders. Officers found at least 2 windows smashed on Monday morning. This is at 5304 8th Avenue. The house has been the center of community backlash since January, with neighbors expressing concern about the proximity to schools and children. Police are working to identify suspects, but so far no connections have been made between the vandalism and the ongoing controversy. This is the second incident in 2 weeks following an egging of the same house. And near Kennewick, a Washington State trooper turned a routine traffic stop into a race against time. Trooper David Brandt pulled over a vehicle and discovered that a woman inside was in active labor. Well, Brandt escorted the car to Trios Hospital and radioed ahead to staff so that they could prepare. Mom and baby arrived just in time, safe and under care. Brandt stayed with another child that was with them and provided a teddy bear and described his actions as simply doing his job to keep everyone safe. 5:52 in your national headlines this morning. Explosions continue across the Middle East as the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran escalates. On Monday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio releasing a video message addressing Americans in the region. His statement came after the State Department urged U.S. citizens in more than a dozen countries to leave immediately. And that includes Saudi Arabia, where the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh was struck by suspected Iranian drones. Embassy there, along with the U.S. Embassy in Kuwait, is now closed. And back in Washington, Democratic lawmakers are speaking out against President Trump's decision to go to war with Iran. The president responded on social media, writing that the Democratic Party, quote, has completely lost its way. The Trump administration is set to brief lawmakers today. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane will address the full Senate at noon today, with the House receiving the same briefing later this afternoon. 5:53 in your business headlines now. Instagram is taking action to prevent potential self-harm among children. Platform says it will notify parents if their children are found to have repeatedly looked for information related to suicide. In a statement, Instagram's owner, Meta, said that these alerts are, quote, designed to give parents the information they need to support their teen. Users have to opt in to be eligible for the alerts, which are expected to start next week in the U.S., Britain, Australia, and Canada. And it all comes as Meta is defending itself in trials where their platforms are alleged to have caused harm to young users. Instagram says its platform is not clinically addictive. 5:54 in your health headlines now. The Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a warning for more than 40,000 pressure cookers over burn risk. The Gourmet 6-quart pressure cookers were sold between 2017 and 2020 at Best Buy and other retailers and online as well. Now, the CPCS says that the lid can open while it's still pressurized, causing hot contents to spray out that could cause severe second-degree burns. Morning also says that the float valve is hard to see, which could lead to opening the lid when the cooker's still under pressure. Also, volume markings are incorrect on the inner pot, which could cause someone to overfill the pot, and that could cause hot foods and liquids to be ejected when it's vented or pressurized. Owners are urged to stop using the cookers and dispose of them immediately. They say do not sell them or give them away. Talking sports now, as the clock turns to 5:55, NASCAR driver Tyler Reddick is red hot to start this season. Reddick won his third race in a row on Sunday at the Circuit of the Americas, becoming the first driver to open a NASCAR Cup Series with 3 straight victories. It was a strategy-filled race from the start, opening stage featuring early pit moves by Ross Chastain that shuffled the field before a late push secured the Stage 1 win. Stage 2 saw multiple lead changes with green flag pit stops again playing a major role. Ty Gibbs, staying out during the cycle, was able to steal the Stage 2 victory, setting up a competitive final stretch. In the end, Reddick's consistency and speed kept him out front when it mattered most, continuing a dominant start to the season. Trending now this morning, Starbucks is ready to spring forward. Company launching its latest seasonal lineup.
Yeah, it features chai, how do you pronounce this?
Ube,
lavender, and coconut flavored drinks. In addition to the new choices, Starbucks is also bringing back its iced lavender cream matcha.
And later this spring, Starbucks will unveil its new iced mango cream matcha. More menu information available on the Starbucks website. Springing forward on Sunday.
Yes.
Daylight savings is Sunday.
Already that time? March 8th?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild.
So that means we've been actually seeing some sunshine on the morning show, like when we take the sky cam. So that's going to end for a little bit, but it'll come back pretty quickly. It's going to be nice, 6, 7 p.m., still sunny outside. I think I'm ready for that.
I know, it is nice, especially now that spring sports are up and running outside.
You got a couple to it.
Yep, yeah. Exactly. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We're talking Senate Bill 6066 and how it could turn a dangerous stretch of road into a crash prevention zone. But as lawmakers debate Highway 395 and the safety of it in Olympia, Tri-Cities residents want action now, from roundabouts to lower speed limits. We've got the latest on what might finally slow that danger down. That's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. Plus, taking you around the world. People love a good throwback, but these archaeologists took that literally. They uncovered a sealed bottle of 150-year-old liquor and got a taste of history. Coming up, we're going to show you how they sampled this mystery spirit and what it could tell us about the past. And give you that live look outside from our Legends Casino Hotel and Sky Camera at Richland's Columbia Point. You're going to see more darkness, you said, as we spring.
Yes, but it's going to be short-lived. The days will grow much longer, and not as much sunshine for today. That's a bit of a bummer, but we need the rainfall, and we're getting a lot of mountain snowfall. I'll tell you how much coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.